Well, hello, and welcome to another FAQ Monday. I am your host, Fluff, and if you have a question, feel free to leave them down below or go on over to my Ask FM account thing, and maybe we'll get you squared away, or maybe we won't. But we probably will eventually, right? I mean, it's gotta happen at some point. First question! What's your opinion on Jay Weinberg compared to Joey Jordison in Slipknot? Do you think the change of drummers had a giant impact on the band's sound? Good question. Here's what I know, and this is from an outside perspective, and I'm not a drummer. However, from my point of view, Joey Jordison really had his own sound in the context of Slipknot, and he did contribute to the sound of Slipknot. However, I mean, I don't know, I can only think of like 2 different fills he's ever done in that band. So he wasn't necessarily the most versatile, but he was the right guy for the job. However, let me tell you a story about Jay Weinberg. Jay Weinberg, before he was in Slipknot, was a session drummer and a fill-in drummer and a touring drummer for hire, a very high profile one. And my buddies in the Cancer Bats were opening for Kveltak. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, I apologize. But they're from Europe, and their drummer had a severe family emergency or something like that. He had severe tendinitis, or there was a family emergency, something. He had to leave the tour after 2 days of this full US tour. They hired Jay Weinberg to fly in from New York to Seattle and to start on the tour immediately. Having never met him, he listened to their set. He made a Spotify playlist. He listened to their set on the airplane on the way over, and then started playing shows with them, having never rehearsed with them, no nothing. He literally got behind the kit, said, "Hey, how's it going? My name's Jay," and then he played the set, listening to the songs on a 6-hour flight from New York to Seattle. That's what kind of musician Jay Weinberg is. Now, his father is Max Weinberg of the E Street Band and the Conan O'Brien Band. I mean, that kind of stuff is in his blood. I think Jay brings a lot to the table and ups Slipknot's game even more. That's just my personal opinion. Jay is one hell of a drummer, and I hope he's in the band forever. Any chances of looking again at the Pod HD series? No. I'm about to track live drums for a band, and I'm planning on getting 3 tom mics. Would I be better off getting a 3-pack of the Sennheiser E604s or 3 SM57s? I mean, SM57s can sometimes be cool on toms, but generally speaking, no, I wouldn't go with the SM57 on toms. I know a lot of people have done it. It really calls for a specific situation in order to just willy-nilly mic up all your drums with SM57s. However, the Sennheiser E604 set, the tom mics, are awesome. They sound awesome. I've recorded them a few times, and it's what all the European festivals use for their drummers. They just clip right on, and they sound actually fantastic. I would definitely go with the Sennheiser E604s. I was curious about your opinion on diesel amps. I actually haven't spent a ton of time with diesel. I know my man Scott from Cancer Bats uses an Einstein, or Herbert, uses a Herbert. That amp is unbelievable, and I would love to plug one in or try one, or just even be near one and smell it a little bit. But no, I have not. I've never plugged into a VH4 or anything like that. You just don't see diesels here in the States. Really, on the West Coast, you don't see them. I mean, you see them a very small fraction of the time compared to something like, you know, Mesa, Orange, Marshall, the bigger guys. You know, diesels are phenomenally expensive because of the import taxes and things like that, so you just don't really see them over here that much, but I hope to change that at some point soon. And now, Fluff reads a tweet. It's not drinking alone if your dog is home. My suggestion to you this week is to check out the new Foo Fighters album, Concrete and Gold. Wow, I've just been absorbing this album over the last couple of weeks. I think this is their physical graffiti, if I may be so bold. Every song is a banger, and the songwriting is top-notch, the production is top-notch, and I'm pretty sure the drums, or the entire mix of the record, is a left, center, right mix. Correct me if I'm wrong, see what you guys think. Pay attention to the mixing, and everything is either left, right, or center, including the drums, which is really interesting, but it does work in the context of this album. This album is just, it's so good. It's the best Foo Fighters album since One by One. I'm gonna say it. I said it. All applicable links down below in the description. You have been wonderful. I have been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.